Well, guys, my name is Swainson Brown from St. Catherine, Jamaica, and I'm one of the CCAP students just like you are. I started CCAP when I was 17 at George Wingate High School, so I didn't live too far away from here actually. Grew up right around that neighborhood in Hawthorne and Nutstrand Avenue, Nutstrand Street, I think. But I started CCAP when I was 17. I had this lovely teacher, Miss Barbara Joseph. She told me about this program called CCAP, Curtis for Culinary Arts, and they help school kids to get through college. Funding they provide from all the nonprofit work that they do. They provide scholarship for all the kids who go to culinary school. And I was lucky enough to get one of those scholarships to go to New York Restaurant School. And they put me in the city for about 18 years now. So, you know, I've been with this program from I was 17, so good 17 years been with them. And it's been a great part of my life because it's not just food-wise, but for also, you know, life experiences and whatnot. They're always there for me. So I'm glad you guys are involved with it because it's a lifeline that you can always count on to be there for you.
I worked with Swain, Chef Brown, for like on and off for over 10 years now. And I'm not a member of CCAP. I didn't really do CCAP, but through him, I've done numerous things like this, and I really like the program. I think, you know, the people that I've worked with have come out of CCAP, obviously, you know, great guys, and they've all become chefs, great chefs in their own right. You know, there are a lot of chefs out there, and it takes a lot of hard work and dedication, but, you know, I think with the family atmosphere that this program provides, you know, it's a great way to get an industry.
What's the struggle in that job, the catering side?
Catering's hard because, you know, it's like you don't have a home. You know, you got to prep in one place and then you move to off-site, and then you got to kind of deal with, you know, you have the weather. Yeah, maybe the equipment that you rent doesn't work. You know, and
people you rent sometimes don't work.
Yeah, so I mean, you have a lot more. You know, in a restaurant environment, it's much more controlled. Like, you know pretty much when you come in the morning, stoves, ovens are gonna work. Hopefully your porter shows up in the morning, so you see the guy. You know, your dishwasher comes in, but other than that, I don't have a dishwasher. You know, so there's a lot of logistical. You know, it's a lot of planning. You know, chef is not just about cooking, but it's also a lot about, you know, planning and organizing. You guys are organized. You guys will be great chefs. I think that's one of the most important things. You know, mise en place. Every chef will stress mise en place, mise en place, mise en place.
What does mise en place mean?
Everything in its place.
You guys are fast learners.
Start with onion, and show you one, and then since it's a stew, you also want presentation is part of it. You know, you can't just chop a whole bunch of different vegetables, messy, and then throw it in and then expect it to look good. So a lot of times what we do at the restaurant is we'll cut onions big for the flavor, garlic whole for the flavor, but then come back when it's time to pick up. Then with toast garlic, some sliced garlic nicely. Maybe we'll use some pearl onions or some onion like this. Let's just cut, square it off, and we'll go in with onion. Excellent. Do all of that. Here. No? Who has any? You want to try some? Spicy. It's kind of like peppery. Yeah. Some oil. I'm just going to add a little bit here to start to bind it. And then I'm going to add some of the puree to turn into the sauce that we're going to need to finish this, to make this dish. Two and a half to 3 ounces. We're going to put it in this way. Oil could splash up, hit you in the arm. It's done plenty of times. I can't even tell you how many, but it's best if you lay the fish away from it. And we're just going to let it form a little bit of a crust here. Pea stew down. you can finish this with herbs as well. You know, fresh herbs always make a dish better. And this, you know, it's a couple pieces of artichoke. You know, you want to show your work, carrots, nice obliques. And you know, you can leave these, it doesn't all have to be fully cooked veg. You know, these carrots are a little bit under, so there's a little bit of texture here in this. While the onions, celery, and artichokes are fully cooked, you have a little texture from the carrot, which is nice. Spoon a little bit of the broth. And then take your fish. We use a little bit of paper towel here just to kind of remove any excess oil, because you don't want your dish to be too oily. Put the fish on top, like so. And again, just to finish, you can use whatever. You can use a little extra herb. Here, I'll use a little celery leaf. You know? It's just building flavor. You know, you have celery in the dish, so you can, you know, use your ingredients as many ways as you can. And then I probably finish with a little olive oil as well. But that's it. That's the dish. And now you do it about 60 times a night as fast as you can. It's a very popular dish on the menu. It's very light. You know, it highlights the season. It highlights the vegetables that are from the area. And yeah, beautiful. That's the dish. You guys have any questions or anything?
I have one question.
Sure. Shoot.
Okay, so I see that every time like you chop up a piece of vegetable or something that you eat, do you like to eat and work as you go?
I do. You know, it's like, you gotta know, I eat all the time. I mean, it's very important you try everything. Things are gonna taste different times of the season, and you're gonna notice that. The more you eat your vegetables, anything, you're gonna realize the subtle differences. So like, 1 week a carrot will be super sweet, tasty, you'll know. Next week, it might be bitter. Like, why? You can send them back. Because they're not, you really got to know your product. And the only way to know your product is to eat it. And I constantly, you see me, I snack on everything. I have to know exactly what it's going to taste like. Otherwise, I don't know what it's going to taste like when it's put together. And so, I mean, that's a super important part. You know, even lemons, every once in a while, I'll taste a little bit of the lemon juice. Because if lemons are old, they're going to, regardless if they haven't been cut, they're going to taste bitter and all. You really want it to taste sweet and acidic at the same time. You know, food cost is you also have to realize, like, this is extremely fresh fish that was just caught, you know. And, you know, you don't have to make expensive food, you know. Hell, I mean, I can't afford to eat $20 piece, $28 piece of fish every night, you know. But every once in a while I do. But for the most part, you know, I eat chicken and rice and beans and salad. But when you're in a restaurant, you know, you're also, people come to a restaurant also partly because it's something that they can't do at home or they don't want to do at home. So you have to give them that like wow factor where it's like, you know, a lot of time and effort was put into this, you know. It took me, you know, a lot of this stuff was already done, but if I had to, you know, butcher the bass, clean the artichokes, I mean, this is hours of labor that's put in that someone gets in 10 minutes.
I'm a graduating alumni from Academy of Hospitality and Tourism at Erasmus, and CCAP program actually taught me a lot through my knife skills, also presentation skills and time formation tool. And also today we have learned a lot more about these dishes that the chef actually came to prepare for us. And not only about the dishes, we also learned about presentation and the cost of presentation and a lot. So through CCAP, I think my future, I'm gonna further my career out and into the cooking industry, and also try a little bit more experience, a little bit more through cooking.
My name is Leslie Ann Pender, and I'm alumni from Erasmus Hall also. And CCAP taught me how to. CCAP taught me knife skills, learn presentation skills, and for me, I like to eat out a lot, so I notice things more, like details. I pay attention to details more, and that's very important.
I am a current alumni from Erasmus Hall, AOHT. I would say that through CCAP, I learned a lot that I didn't know about. I was in a kitchen before, but now I look at everything way different. I learned knife skills. I learned how to hold the knife properly now, to not cut myself. And I haven't cut myself since I started CCAP, so that's great for me. I also learned that, everything is about presentation. You have to make sure that it looks right, because if it doesn't look right, then nobody wants to eat it. Today was a great experience for me. I don't like hummus. I don't like tomatoes. But, when I actually tasted the food today, it was like, I can do this. Not everyone can make this, but there are certain people who can make it the way you like it.
I am in the 11th grade. I attend Academy of Hospitality and Tourism in Erasmus Hall campus. And while CCAP has taught me a lot of things, at the beginning when I started with CCAP, I couldn't cut up as I cut now. I couldn't cut up carrots nor onions and stuff like that. If I did, my cuts would be all slanted and wrong. Now through CCAP, I learned how to manage a knife and how to hold a knife properly as a chef would.
I'm class of 2017 at AOHT at Erasmus Hall. CCAP taught me a lot that I didn't know, because being taught at home and working in a professional kitchen are two different things. So what I learned at home couldn't be learned here, so I got yelled at a lot in this program. But so it taught me a lot of skills that I will use in the future, and hopefully, my main career goal is to open my own restaurant. So hopefully these skills that they have taught me will be beneficial in my future life.
Any particular style of food you would want to open a restaurant for?
All types of cuisines. All types. Cuisines. All types.
So my name is Forrest Simmons, Jr. I got into the CCAP program through my teacher, Mr. Hamilton, and my assistant principal, Mr. Fitz, because they always do. This was something I wanted to pursue. To be honest, this is the reason why I came to this school, because they had a culinary program. And within the culinary program, I learned a lot of things, not just about food, but about life as well. I learned how just like all these things just like cohabitate with each other, like how just cooking and making food can help you make connections with other people. I actually got to meet Chef Marcus Sampson, and I had the honor of being taught by Chef Christina Sabelli. She taught me a lot about knife skills, sanitation, business skills, and I got the honor to meet Christine Lee. She really helped me make it like a long way in life. In my future, I want to open a restaurant, a chain, as well as I want to get into entrepreneurship.